Bizarre Brain Comics. Hello, my comic book friends, and welcome to Bizarre Brain Comics. I'm Gary, your host, and this is where I like to take a look at some older comics, talk a little bit about the characters and creators, and examine the stories and the art. This time, we're going to delve into some comic strips. This is that's newspaper comic strips, published in the pages of Comics Revue magazine. And I know this isn't the kind of stuff that most people care about, but this is a great magazine, and I need to start getting some more of them. Okay, Comics Revue is a bi-monthly magazine by Manuscript Press, featuring a variety of newspaper comic strips, both primarily adventure, as well as some humor strips. As of 2020, they have more now, but as of 2020, they had published 350 issues, making it the longest-running independent comic book. That's probably in America. And we'll start looking. I have several of them here. I have one or two others that I have been unable to find. I wanted them all together, but I think one that focuses primarily on Tarzan and one that focuses on a whole issue of Steve Canyon that was in commemorating the death of Milton Caniff when he died. And I showed a couple of these issues earlier, before, when I did my live stream with Tarzan of the Comic Strips. But just a couple. And so we're starting off here from 1993. It says Comics Revue number 86. This features The Phantom. A new story begins. This issue. Is this the end of Flash Gordon? Here's from a panel. It also includes Tarzan, Crazy Cat, BC, Modesty Blaze, Steve Canyon, Gasoline Alley, and continuing, The Amazing Spider-Man meets Daredevil. Yeah, some of you may not realize that Spider-Man had a very long-running newspaper comic strip. And here's an example. This is Tom Workington, who I'm totally unfamiliar with, who was doing the Flash Gordon at the time of this was originally printed out. The contents cover various periods of the 20th century. But here's some nice. But you can see how the format here. A page a day, and I don't think this doesn't see. No, it doesn't include Sundays. Sundays is usually a bit redundant anyway, and it even has some stuff from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but it didn't care. It was just sporadic and wasn't part of the story. I vaguely remember the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in the comic strips. Green tip: every day is Earth Day. There's Gasoline Alley by Dick Moore. Some very, very nicely drawn. And I don't know what year this might have been from. 71. See, so very nicely drawn. And it was a soap opera style kind of comic strip. Insofar as it, was continuation of storylines and plot. Still filled with humor. Was very stylized art, very cartoonish, but not too cartoonish, and it wasn't exactly a humor strip. And if I remember correctly, I might be thinking of a different strip, but if I remember correctly, Gasoline Alley was in real time. That is, the the characters aged in real time. So some of the characters that started in the strip as young people aged, got married, and had children, and wound up being older. Grew old in the pages in the strip itself. I think that's Gasoline Alley. And here we have Modesty Blaze by Peter O'Donnell. She was primarily a European, a French European strip, but it was very popular here in the U.S. And of course, this was all in English. And she was a spy type, kind of an independent contractor, I guess. Oh, and here we go. Russ Manning doing Tarzan. And this takes up a big chunk of the contents, and then another big chunk is the Steve Canyon. And of course, everything by Milton Caniff was just great. See, and I told you humor. Here's BC by Johnny Hart. I love me my BC. And then The Phantom. This is a story by Lee Falk, with art by Cy Berry. Cy Berry, I guess he was a co-creator of The Phantom Stranger at DC. And then finish up with some Spider-Man by Stan Lee and Larry Lieber. Whoops. Yeah. And this, of course, did not fit into the continuity at all of the comic books. Then is issue 87. Still 93. And it's pretty much the same. More than 60 pages of your favorite comic strips. And cover price was $5.95, which was pretty expensive at the time. That's why I seldom got it. Now, I got these. I think I got all of these at Mile High Comics Megastore, the original Megastore, not the one that they have now. And the one that was just a few blocks from where I live. But that was years and years ago, and they were on a rack, and I would get them. And it's the only place I've ever really seen them. Now, if you're interested in getting some, or in finding out about Comics Revue, they have a website. It's still in production. So go to comicsrevue.com, I think it is, and you can buy or subscribe to the current stuff. See, and this is 87. It has stuff from the origin of Daredevil, Flash Gordon, The Phantom, Modesty Blaze, Tarzan, Crazy Cat, Steve Canyon, Gasoline Alley, and BC. So it's all basically the same, but this time it's leading off with Spider-Man. Oh yeah, I want to. And then here's more of The Phantom, Modesty Blaze, and yeah. And here's Crazy Cat. Crazy Cat, of course, is one of the very early popular comic strips early in the 20th century. Let's see. 1931. So this is showing stuff from 1931. And then Johnny Hart, BC. More ads there. Oh, here we go. This is a great cover with Romano Filmang doing this cover illustration. And this issue, Tarzan in Dinosaur Land. Comics Revue number 88. More than 60 pages. The Phantom lurks within these pages. This is a great drawing. And of course, he is then the lead. Continuing the story. Continues the storyline. And Gasoline Alley again. And it seemed to have been a popular one in these pages. So you can see the nice artwork. More Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. But it's just a green tip. That seems to be all they were. I vaguely remember seeing them turtles in the paper, and it didn't last very long. Because I don't think they did much in the way of actual stories. Modesty Blaze. Let me see. And you get a good, well, if we can focus, so you can get a good view of the really, really nice artwork done in that strip. Now I got to try to focus it again from farther away. And here we go, Flash Gordon. Again, I really like the Flash Gordon. And this is the stuff that Flash Gordon stuff that you just don't really find in reprint. Steve Canyon, Crazy Cat, and Spidey, continuing that storyline with Daredevil. And here we go. Aha! It's a big skip. This is to 96, is it? 1995. Number 117. This doesn't have quite as many pages. More than 50 pages of your favorite comic strips. It's Alley Oop, Modesty Blaze, Spidey, Tarzan, more. Yes, the original Caveman comic strip, Alley Oop. I want to do an episode on Alley Oop sometime. I've got another book reprinting some Alley Oop. There's Modesty Blaze, Steve Canyon, more of the magnificent Russ Manning's Tarzan. And there was something, yeah, there's Spidey. And this is some different stuff. It's got, what, a vampire in it. Ooh. That's 117. Then 118, Flash Gordon. More Flash Gordon. Flash Gordon approaching. This has gone back to Dan Barry. Now, I mentioned Cy Barry before, and I forgot to mention it. On the Phantom, Cy Barry was the younger brother of Dan Barry. And I said he was Cy Barry was co-creator of the Phantom Stranger at DC Comics. But he started as an assistant to his brother Dan Barry, and did a lot of work, primarily inking on the Flash Gordon strip, as well as on the Tarzan strip when Modesty Blaze, when Dan Barry was doing Tarzan. And here we go, the Phantom again. Here are Falk, Olsen, and Williams. Okay, so this must be after the Cy Barry period in the art. Now, Cy Barry was the most popular Phantom artist in the strip. The readership really picked up. Russ Manning and Tarzan after he took over the art tours. This is a rarity and unusual. Mandrake the Magician by Lee Falk, and Phil Davis, of course. Lee Falk from the creator of the Phantom. Come on. And as I was saying, so Cy Barry did the Phantom for comic strip for 30 years. That's a long, long time. Now we're all past the Cy Barry part. This is number 119. More than 50 pages, concluding the drums of Phantom Head. So as you can see, these adventures can take several issues. Flash Gordon, a classic. I want to do another one on Flash Gordon. There's Spidey, he's still with the vampire. More Russ Manning's Tarzan. Gasoline Alley, Modesty Blaze. Didn't see any more. Here we go. Then we skip a little bit to 121. This is 96. More Alley Oop. I remember Alley Oop when I was a kid. I used to read Alley Oop. I don't remember anything of it, because it has an ongoing storyline and an adventure, but it also has gags and stuff. If I remember correctly, Lee Falk's the Phantom. Of course, this is still done by the other guy. I can't remember his name. Not Cyberry. The not Cyberry one. I can still see that. Nicely done. The Gasoline Alley was more Steve Canyon, and we're getting more putting little samples on the backside. And oh yeah, is this one has Roy Crane? I think so. What's this one? Come on. There we go. No, it doesn't. Oh, Casey Ruggles. Yeah. Casey Ruggles, an adventure. I think it was a Western. Yeah, a Western strip. And, come on. Here we go. Then we go to 125. This is a really lovely Modesty Blaze cover with the Honey Gun. I have no idea what that Honey Gun is. Honey Gun storyline. And where are some of the others? Oh, here we go. This is Buzz Sawyer, who was I don't remember what kind of adventures that was. It's been a long time since I've read any of them. And ooh, Sky Masters. Yeah, this is one I wanted to show. This is a rarity. Here is Sky Masters by Jack Kirby and Wally Wood. Would you believe it? It did not run very long. It was great, and I think the Wally Wood inks on the Jack Kirby pencils is just wonderful, because it really helps. His inks really help set the mood and give more intimate detail, and kind of refines the blockiness of Kirby's pencils. More Tarzan. This is in Ancient Egypt, Gasoline Alley, and more of the Phantom. Then 126. Flash Gordon is our lead. Still done by Dan Barry. And I've talked about Dan Barry. He was a long timer on Flash Gordon, and I've talked about him before with showing some of the Flash Gordon stuff. Spidey, Gasoline Alley, more Tarzan, Crazy Cat, and Modesty Blaze. We have any? Yeah, Alley Oop. I was trying to see. Whoops. Flash Gordon. Trying to see what other stuff. Oh, here's another great cover. Great cover, number 240, and this is from what was it? Look, it's got Tarzan, full color, Russ Manning Tarzan on the inside cover, and I can't find the inside the back cover. Here we go. This is come on, yeah, Roy Crane, Buzz Sawyer by Roy Crane, and then just part of it is what's his name? Is it Ricochet? Yeah, Ricochet. I like Ricochet too. And Ricochet is a Western. It started off as a conventional Western, and then at some period they just placed it in the 20th century, but still with Western overtones. Then here we have the Paul Reinman Tarzan. This is from 1949, which is then Alley Oop. Little Orphan Annie. Ooh, those panels are so tiny it's hard to make out. And then more Steve Canyon. That Flash Gordon. Yeah, I think that's Flash Gordon. And Modesty Blaze. But the first one, of course, was it is Modesty Blaze. And then we finished it up with, and see if I can find the year on this one. I couldn't find the year on that one. I think it is on this one. As number 241. It says Lance. Instead of a cover illustration, part of the contents is the cover. Lance, and that's I don't know anything about that strip, but it was Looks like it's from the colonial period, or somewhere in there, and it's adventure. I think it's European. Then Casey Ruggles on the back cover, but the interior is again full color Russ Manning's Tarzan. And come on, and this was from. Oh, come on. I can't find it. Can't find it. I think this was early 2000s. But this, I haven't seen these since, and I don't think I've ever seen them secondhand anywhere. Anywhere, not in the comic shops. There's Ricochet again, and Paul Reinman's Tarzan. Little Orphan, Annie the Phantom. Oh, we went back, way back to the original Phantom. Way back. A little more from Annie. Crazy Cat. And our Flash Gordon. And it's all some really great, fun, adventurous stuff to read. So, I hope you enjoyed that. And please like, share, subscribe. Do leave your comments down below. What comic strips, especially adventure strips, do you like the best? Let me know in the comments below. And please like, share, and subscribe. And remember, comics are art.